I think when it comes to any kind of fandom or when you have a group of gaming community, I don't think there's anything as such thing as a community that is 100% happy, right? Like when you look at these things and you go, okay, well, is the community relatively happy? Is it, not happy? Like, what's the deal? And I think that is something that, you know, us as fans, I think we can do a better job. Like I'm not trying to be rude or anything about it like that. I'm just thinking that, we can as fans definitely do a better job when it comes to just not letting every little thing kind of get our pants in a bunch, because at the end of the day, I think that these, the gamers and things like that, we can be fickle, but at the same time, we also have to understand that, these companies, what they're doing, they honestly have real people working for them and real people trying their best for all of us. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate when this type of stuff happens. But, again, maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. For me, anyway, I find this to be very interesting that so many people are upset. It seems like whenever Microsoft does something, there's a group of people that just are never going to be happy with what they do. And I'm not even saying that these are all, these aren't like faux Xbox fans. These are actual legit Xbox fans. And to see them kind of be upset in this kind of way is a little bit disheartening, to say the least, because maybe it's a little bit unexpected, I guess. It just seems like everybody takes everything for granted these days, and that to me is a weird sort of prospect because, Microsoft has done such a good job lately of making sure that everybody gets what they've been asking for and stuff like that. So, again, I would love to see. For me, it's hard to say because I don't have this yet, but I guess we'll see what happens. So I want to get into the story because it's very, very interesting. Apparently, a lot of people are kind of furious about this over the changes to the console with the updated dashboard. Like, who would have thought that people would be furious about it? Now, listen, I don't even have the update yet. Isn't that weird? Like, the kids in the house all have it, but I don't have it yet. So, obviously, this is probably not what Microsoft was hoping for. The brand's new homepage UI has been met with surprising level of anger. Xbox finally released their new homepage this past week, and for both the Xbox One, Series X, and S. I personally think it looks great from what I've seen, but I haven't actually got it myself. The update was designed from player feedback that makes it easier to discover new games, rediscover the games that you already love, and connect with communities, as well as create a more personalized experience. It's similar to a layout which you might see on the PlayStation 5. The page imagery essentially changes to whichever game you're hovering over. It sure seems like a massive upgrade, but a alarming number of Xbox fans are dissatisfied with the changes. As reported, many have slammed the new design, as while it does do away with some of the old design's clutter, it's added way too many ads. The most played games section also has drawn criticism for the fact that it displays the most popular games on the console generally, not your specific selection. As such, the lineup includes predictable favorites like Fortnite, Roblox, and GTA 5. Some users are saying things like, tell me I can get rid of this. Ever since the new Xbox Home update, I have been punished with this awful unremovable tab titled Most Played Games. This wouldn't be entirely horrible if it contained my most played games, but it doesn't. It contains Xbox's most played games, most of which I don't even own. Plenty shared this opinion as well, saying that the home screen is an absolute mess now. What a cluster F. It's so bad that I'm actually angry. While another person said he's genuinely annoyed with the new dashboard, they've taken away pretty much all their pins, which were genres of games I own, and they filled my dashboard scrolling experience with clutter. I guess it's true what they say, you can't please everyone. So this is what I've been saying. It's like Microsoft, doesn't seem to be able to please very many people. I still think that it's a solid update. We'll have to see what happens long term. But, again, I don't think that it's bad from what I've seen. And, having an ad on the screen or most played games, I think the idea there is to maybe have people try something that they haven't before. Again, I'll just have to maybe just agree to disagree with some of this stuff. But, again, I still think that it's weird that people get really this upset and this kind of invested over this kind of stuff. So, again, we'll see what happens with it, but I'm not upset with it. I think that it looks fine. So the update is landed, and the fact that people are so unhappy with it sort of is a little bit odd to me anyway. The overhaul that they actually took the time to listen to fan feedback on the overhaul of it, and it was announced by the senior product manager lead. It's designed from the feedback, so it's a little bit weird that so many people aren't really into it, since people are actually begging Microsoft to reverse it due to the most played games tab. But again, the most played game tabs, what makes you think that would be your personal most played games? I think that's the big issue there. Like, why would you know what I'm saying? They're probably trying to get people to see what's most played. Hey, maybe that looks interesting. Maybe I'll play that too. You know what I mean? Like, I could see that. Like, and as far as the pins, as far as I've seen from what people are able to do, you still have your pins, and you're able to do your pins and things like that, because I think that losing that would be incredibly foolish for Microsoft to do, especially for someone like me, because I have a lot of games, so I would hate to lose the ability to kind of track my pins and to have all the games that I have up there. In fact, if anything, I would rather have even more pins on there, because like I said, I have so many games, and sometimes I forget what I've played recently or what I've even got recently due to that fact. So hey, we'll see. I'm not one of the ones that hates the update, though. I think that like I said, I don't have it personally yet, but how long are you spending on the dashboard anyway to begin with? Like, that would be like a serious question I would offer anybody that's complaining about this. Is like, usually you go, you put your game on and you play your game, or you go to your Netflix or your whatever, and and that's what you're kind of doing. So yeah, like, I don't understand some of the complaints, honestly, but hey, listen, I'm not saying they're not valid. I'm just saying, for me personally, I don't understand them. Kind of crazy to think after all this time that people are still kind of going to be unhappy with some of these things. But for me personally, like I said, no problems. I think that it's fine. From what I've seen, I'm still excited to actually get the update myself. I'd love to have a little bit more of that real estate on the front page there. I don't care about ads or whatever. And like I said, it's not like you're going to be spending the majority of your time staring at the home screen. So at least I would hope that would be the case. You know what I mean? There's so much to do with Xbox. It doesn't make sense to just be trapped looking at that stuff over and over and over again. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Is it something that anybody should be worried about, or do you think Microsoft should fix it? Do you think they should go back to the other one, start from scratch, bring back the blades from the 360? Just kidding. But let me know. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer, out.